So welcome back to Weekly IT Bites. Today we have an interesting person and someone that I will say is a master in anything connected to science, Mr. Olivier Magnan.
Hello.
I would like that you could tell us something about you to the audience and everybody who is watching us today.
So what do you want me to tell?
To introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Olivier. I have been living in Poland for 5 years almost. I am Frenchman, half French, half German, and so here we are.
Honestly, for any of you that you might, I didn't know that he was French, and for many years I thought he was a Spaniard because he speaks Spanish very well.
Yes, I do. I speak Spanish as well because I have been living in Spain for several years.
And he's a data scientist. And today we're going to speak about science and data and how they can influence our lives and how they are changing. How do you think, in your experience, the data is important for us and our future?
Okay, so I would say that data was always part of our lives, yet digital data is having a role more and more important today. So logically, where there is data, there is business, and a lot of money is being made today with all the operations you can do with the data. And this is called today data science.
And yes, it's something that you will be able to see because any company like Google, Microsoft, all of them are using data in order to predict and use it much better. Do you have some real case examples that you can say to the regular people about usage of data?
Yes, so we say that information is power. So information is something like abstract. So you need support to write down the information somewhere, to be able to exchange it, to be able to sell it. It is very, well, it can be, you can give a speech, so you can sell your knowledge with words, but when you have them with the support, it is much more handleable and much better negotiable. So that's why we are having data today.
And there are so many tools where you can see the usage of the data that you're using. Let's suppose the case of you have a smartphone, you have access to Google, Assistant, Siri, Cortana, or many other tools. How do you think all of these assistants work? How they use the data that you are constantly speaking to them?
Okay, so for that we have to remember that when the first mobile phones were built and sold, nobody did know exactly how to make them profitable. They were made for the voice conversation only, and I remember when the first applications with the mobile were based on GPS tracked position, so that, for example, you could go to a town and something in your phone would tell you a story about the place you were visiting. And then it started with other kind of services, which are basically all the services we are having today. So regarding Google and other GAFA companies, they took this power on the data to give added value to the information, and that explains why we are having problems with the personal data today. And this is the world where we are competing today.
So now, I have a different question, and it's connected to, do you think that any person can become a data scientist? Because some of us, we have different backgrounds, and this is a general conception that in order to be a data scientist, you need to be a good mathematician or a good programmer. But let's suppose that I come from a different background, an accountancy, or I come from a background of HR, or even let's say a speaker from the TVs. Do you think that anyone can become a data scientist?
So, before the invention of the informatics, there were always people with power. If you see, for example, Game of Thrones, you can see that one important personage in the series is the one who handles the information. So in reality, data is just support for that, yes? So the real added value is the information itself. To be a data scientist, you need to have certain qualities to read between the lines. You have to be able to discern if what somebody is telling you is true or not. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to check the sources, the origin of the information you are hearing or reading. And that's where I would say the real data scientist is making a difference. It is a person whose combination of personality, abilities, background allow this person to have a clear understanding about the information the person is manipulating.
What are some qualities that you believe are the basic ones to be a good data scientist, or something that people that might be interested in this field could need to develop? Or
yeah, so I would say that some basic qualities are common sense, persistence, because data science is not an exact science. It means that there is not only one way to understand information, but it is also linked to your creativity, to your imagination, to your ability to create business. So I would say that data science is a very complex combination between, let's say, a good knowledge of mathematics can help, but it's not enough. You need also to be able to talk to different people with different backgrounds, depending on the information you are playing with. And you also need some selling qualities in order to sell what you discovered. You have to convince the other people about the added value of what you are finding in the information. So basically, there is not only one profile to be a successful data scientist. There are a lot of different ones. The common point is that every one of them knows what he or she is doing.
Mm-hmm. And for example, based on your years of experience working with data, working with different projects, what are some documents or some websites or some tools that they need to know? Because even recently I have read that in data science there is a debate between working with R or working with Python. So probably you know much better tools that people need to take into consideration.
Okay, so I would say that in the world of today, informatics are being used by everyone, and so a lot of solutions are available on the market. So there are some people who, when they start working with R, others start working with SQL, and others start working with Python. And so any one of the tools we are using today require from the people a huge investment in time and effort to understand and to master the tool and to be able to produce something with that. So it is very difficult for anyone to go from one tool to another, because it's like to go from one world to another. So it doesn't matter if you prefer R or you prefer Python or you prefer whatever other software. What is important is that you understand what you are doing. If you are an expert with Python, then you can consider you can do almost everything with Python. Or even better said, that you can get an expertise with Python, and the world is big enough, there is enough business for everyone so that you can make your cheese with that.
But let's suppose that you don't have any, let's say you're starting with this. There are some, let's say, some books, some algorithms, or some things that people can start taking into consideration. Because let's say that you can start and you might know the correct way, and there could be so many documents that you might not even know where to start.
Yes, data science is a domain where the practice is king. It is not only to read books or to go on the massive online courses, but the secret is to practice. So we talk about the rule 70-20-10, which is 10% of, let's say, self-training, 20% of being mentored by someone who can be a good model to develop the knowledge, and 70% is being represented by the experience you are gathering on the field. For data science, there are many ways possible. If you want to start with programming because you feel connected to programming, then it can be interesting because you know how to handle data. An important part of data science is to make data understandable for a lot of people. It is called extract, transform, load operations. Another part of it is to be able to visualize some performance indicators for the business, or to visualize phenomena so that the people to whom you want to sell your business can understand what you want to say. You can also be an expert in the pure analytical approach, applying mathematical algorithms, applying predictions. You want to create forecasts for the people. They have a massive, huge amount of data, and you want to help them get a window on the future to see what they can do with their business. So in reality, data science is a very wide science. It involves a lot of different skills. And again, what I was saying before is very true, is that you must acquire this ability to convince your interlocutor about your added value on the data you are working with.
So now, before to close, I would like to ask you a final question. How would you use data science to choose the best coffee?
Okay, so this is an interesting problem. Data science is based on a very clear process. So first, it is data quality. Second, it is data understanding. Third, it is data processing. And finally, it is data visualization and the recommendations you can have for your process. If we are talking about coffee, I would say that you would have to read together information. So to choose, to know the different kind of coffee you can buy. If there is a fake coffee somewhere, because maybe there are some, I would say, ersatz of coffee, not pure coffee, but the coffee being mixed with other products. You have to be aware of the purity of the coffee you want to choose, and also the origin of the coffee. So you have to be in contact with a business expert, with some coffee expert who would explain to you the different kind of coffee you want to discover. After that, then you can start to think about what are the criteria you want to choose for the coffee to be better than the other one. Is it because it tastes better? Is it because it is easier to do? Or because of the interaction with the water? What is the chemical process? So you see that it is a multidisciplinary approach to solve the problem. I would say that it is also a question of imagination. Some people would try with other products to make a comparison, to compare the quality of coffee with something else, with the tea, or maybe you would want to know what is the role of the caffeine in that, if it is harmful for the health or not, because you will discover that some people say that it is, other people say it's not. What is the impact on the health of the person, for how long you want to drink coffee, etc., etc.
As you can see, even you are able to discover your own ways to choose your own coffee. And for sure, data science even can help you to win board games or other kind of tricks that you can discover if you become a data scientist. and I would like to ask you, thank you very much for everything that you gave us.
Thank you.
You have some words to close the people and to say.
Yes. So think about this idea about the coffee, because if you become a data scientist with coffee, then you can become a worldwide expert in coffee makers. Thank you.
Thank you.